Hello and good evening, Professor, and the entire team. This is a nice evening, and I'll be coming to you, bringing in my innovative solution in fulfillment of the midterm course requirements. First, I must introduce myself as Blessing. I'm the head of technology operations for here in Ghana, and I have quite a number of years of experience in banking or technology in banking. Now, I will be looking shortly into one of the key issue or key business issues that I have seen and in all my years of managing technology in banking. Today, one of the critical processes that we have in banking is the loan processing. And that is one also very crucial revenue driver of the bank. But loan processing today have remained among all the banking processes one of the most backward process in the bank. When I say backward process, I mean all other processes of the bank have moved to more digital native frameworks like withdrawals of cash, which you can get directly from the ATM without visiting the bank branch. You can also do transfers by using innovative channels like the mobile apps. You can use internet banking. We also have Facebook banking nowadays, and the telcos and the fintechs have come into the space and are doing quite very well in innovative solutions so far as banking is concerned, when we're talking about transactional banking in this case. But in the core of the bank or the back office, you have things like the loan process, which is a key revenue driver of the bank. Loans, as we know today, are assets to the bank. And if we have this process sitting at the back while other processes in the bank have moved into the digital world, it always baffles me why we can't move this process into the digital space. Looking at the other side, you see that this process by itself, you see that this process in itself has a lot behind it that makes it remain at the back end manual stage, which it is. One, the risk profile. Loan is one of the most risky processes in the banking industry today worldwide. Risk of default, risk of breach, risk of bad profiling, risk of inaccurate credit rating, and all of the likes before you can extend a facility to a customer. This is where my innovation comes in. I will be introducing an innovative solution called the Fund Me, given my experience from banking and technology. Now, this is bringing the loan processing from the back to the front office and by extension to the hands of the customer. One key problem you have today in processing loans is a frustration at the side of the customer. For every loan process today in my organization, you would go through at least six different officers who will go through eyeballing it, validating it, risk rating, pre-approval, loan calculation, repayment calculation, and final approval before you get into disbursement. If you extrapolate this, you'll be talking about a number of days, sometimes weeks, before a loan can reach the hand of a customer, especially for consumer customers. By itself, the customer, it has a lot of desk work that goes around with it, signing of documents, bringing of documents to the bank, which also causes traffic in the bank, which we're actually trying to get away from in today's banking. Today's banking says you can bank anywhere, anytime, on any device. But this is breaching that foresight. For the customer in itself, it's a source of frustration because the customer needs money very quickly, he needs a facility very quickly. He goes through the rigorous process of getting loans, which in itself is supposed to actually be a value driver of a banking or financial institution. Once a loan is brought into the app, what happens is that the customer can apply for a loan quick, anywhere, on any device, and the bank has the better of it because you don't have the customers coming in, you don't have the bank being flooded by customers trying to approve loans, and you can cut down on all of those back office staff that you keep just doing one mundane job or the other trying to get this loan process. FundMe have 4 simple steps, and I call it getting a loan as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the first step is the login, where we authenticate that you are a customer of the bank. We ensure that you have an account with us and get you into our world digitally. The second step is profiling you as a customer to get you to get a loan via a particular limit, because as a customer we would have to KYC, would have to profile you, and would have to get your risk rating to be able to know to what extent you can have a facility. Of course, comparing with other facilities you have in the bank or other credit institutions around. The third step is where you come to validate yourself by pushing up your documents like a passport or an ID card, something that we can validate to say you are our customer and we can trust you. And voila, the last step is where you actually do the application. And in that step, it passed back to the back office through algorithms that we would have written to see how we can extend this loan to you, given that we have already validated you, we've already profiled you for qualification of that loan, we have already extended to you what you qualify for. And at the last step, once you go, the back-end process of the booking happens and it extends or disburses facility to you. It is not just exciting. I particularly am excited to go through this process, go through the customer journey, look at the customer emotions as we go through the journey, come up with the mock-up screens, and I'm actually looking forward to putting this as actually a live product in my institution as the time goes by. Maybe it becomes my innovation for the year for the bank. And I'm excited to go through this journey with you at ROKC. Thank you and have a good evening.